Hello, beautiful fellow human beings. So, my buddy wanted this painted yellow. So, just cracking out any of this loose plaster. So I have an idea. I'm gonna paint it with gesso, let that dry, and then I have some nice thick paints. I'm just gonna do like yellow and then a slightly darker yellow and then a slightly darker yellow instead of just all one tone. A lot of plaster in this. Just try to crack it out so when I paint it, it doesn't crack off chips of paint. And then finally gonna fix my hair clip. I got the hot glue gun heating up. Big old chunk. Where did all this plaster come from? This is a messy corner, so I could just throw it on the floor and then sweep it up. It's the easiest. Not gonna worry about a mess when it's as easy as sweeping it up. I am looking for a little shop vac, one on wheels, just a little one. That's a nice flower, but I just wanted to get some. Let me grab a paintbrush real quick, brush some of that off. Oh, maybe not over the bed. And then that hair clip is probably, or that glue gun's probably heated up. Yeah, there's so much that if I were to paint it, like give it the landlord special, that is just gonna start flaking off. Okay, nice and clean. These brushes are great for that. For getting like loose bits off of stuff, especially like with all the nooks and crannies. See a chunk. Plaster chunk. There was another good chunk I saw when I was up there. I think that's it. Yeah. Then I'll give it another rinse and then dry it. Just make sure all that powdery stuff is off, because then the paint will stick a lot better. Because it's very powdery. Really stoked on this though. So I'm gonna set that down and get my finally. Shoot, let me grab the broom also. I don't want to walk through that. Plaster dust. I don't have shoes on. Oh no! My broom has been stolen! That's alright. So, let me just do this first. Got a replacement clip for my starfish here. So, not sure if the cord is long enough. But it's just hot glue. That's all. Kinda. Oops. Overdo it helps it. Because the hot glue does not really like sticking to metal. So it's got to kind of go over it. So I never sold these. I used to, wear something in my hair. At all times, it was all just hot glued really shoddily. Not the prettiest. But fixing to tie some scrimps. Oh, hello. I am from Florida over here. Yobo. Really cool name. Ah. I fell asleep last night. Oh yeah. I want to learn how to make molds. Givers, takers. I like your name. I do want to learn how to make molds. I have a small mold making kit, and I had a 2-part, like really good stuff, but man, cannot figure it out. Here, let me unplug this so I don't step on a burning hot glue gun. Put it over here. Found my broom. Stay. If that falls, it would be a disaster. So let me move that a little better. Alright. Move this chair real quick. I gotta get a shop vac and get all the stuff in between the tiles. They haven't been grouted yet. I moved in before this room was finished, so they're working on other projects because I do not mind. All right, so I was gonna make a chamois shrimp because Buddy wants some shrimp, and I've been slacking real hard on getting him stuff because he's just out there all the time. Real cool dude. Got family. Known him for a long time. Here and there. One of the cool. I wish he had a channel. Honestly, he's one of the coolest characters we got in the state. Hairstylist, but also goes and snake hunting and looks for all kinds of stuff. I do also want to read a little bit about chamois. In my mind, this absorbs water, so it's nice for soppers. Just don't. I want to make sure it doesn't float or anything like that. And I haven't done much on that bait fish that I was trying to stack. I might try to get the white out of there and kind of make this a little bit more barrel-y, but I'm not sure. I was gonna message. Oh, it's hot in here. Here, let me flirt with this AC. Holy trucks! It's like, ow! Oh my God, that is bronze to the foot. Holy shit! Oh, ow, and I just hit, ow, God, okay, I'm coming back, never mind. I just kicked bronze rub rail full force and then hit my knee on the desk. Good start to a good day. Woke me up a little bit, I needed that. Jeez. Brass rub rail, real stoked. Hey, Wally! The rub rail is going to be used for stairs. The stair, like handrail, has this little bit that juts out, and it's the exact width of this bronze rub rail that a friend salvaged from a marine salvage, and it's insane. It looks like that little thing was made for it. And rub rail, that goes around boats for when it's like docked or rubbing up on something. So it's really neat. See like marine salvage on a. It's really addicting. So some people get confused when, like people I know get confused when I say that's my favorite artist, but I consider like interior, exterior I don't know, renovation, anything It's like large scale craft, handcraft, like extremely large scale, and making things, if not even more so. Like, what produces more, not energy, but what's that? It's got a good, oh, it's right there. Like, you go to a nice restaurant, everything's nice, it's got a good atmosphere. What produces more atmosphere? Like, buildings or paintings? Both, but that's why I have a lot of obsession over construction and that kind of thing. We all exist in buildings, maybe not 24/7, but without buildings, like, and houses and drywall and fixtures and gas lines and electrical, you know, that's why that is my favorite art form. Now I'm supposed to be tying a scrimp, but can I be totally honest? I'm not a fan of any of the scrimps that I tied, and it's my all-time goal to be fluent in scrimp tying. I like this one. But, hey Jack! I've been watching your comments, Jamie. Yeah, I have a bad hat. I'm a little nearsighted, so here, let me put this on here. A little nearsighted, so sometimes I just can't see the comments. Like I'll try to pull words out, but unless I have this up. I love a cluttered house. Yeah, I try to keep orderly, but man, I'm always tinkering with stuff. I really do need like a warehouse or like a shed to have a nice living spot. Insignificant passengers. See, they're also there. Your mind is gone galactic. You know, I take that as a compliment. I like, I don't ask myself very many questions. I see, I was raised an only child, so I think I kind of settled into a thing. Hey, welcome, James Dillon. And watching the. Hello, dear Karen. My name is Jamie. My name is Jamie. Hey, Adonis. Ron, how you doing today? Was that scrimp in I'm not a hoarder, I'm a collector. No, I, you know, just like stuff. I come across it, you know? Like, sometimes I'll come across things that's in the garbage can, and I have to bring it home. My favorite finds. All kinds of old stuff. It's a not that old area, but I guess I lost it. My beloved iron. Thing is so sweet. Brand new in the box. 50s, maybe early 60s. Brand new in the box, has all the accessories. Is just on top of a garbage can. But I'm trying to get a little bit more organized, like over here. Can you see? Got a little reading nook. Most of my books are in boxes because the gates of communication have are back up, so I got nothing to complain about. And so I'm making like a sitting area, and ever. And a lot of salvage. It's all salvage. One of the only people that locally that I really obsessed with probably is a little hard to say, but it's true, man. Like, in my area for the longest time, there was not a lot of people doing things, not a lot of people building things. And for a long time, I really wanted to get into salvage. I've been wanting to move away from clothes for a long time. I used to sell vintage clothes and jewelry, just vintage anything. But been looking for ways to do proper salvage. A lot of these buildings, when they get knocked down, they have really cool, like, fixtures. Just old fixtures. It doesn't even have to be a unique doorknob. It just has to be like, you know, brass or bronze. And no, they don't. They don't. That wood is all salvaged. Shoot, I forget what that is. It's all salvage. One area, when the ceiling was taken out, it was Dade County pine, and that was used to make a table. It's really addicting. So one of my favorite people, one of my favorite artists. The salvage is unreal, and it's just so much more addicting than like going to buy something. You know, it has more history. It's got more stories, and you know, saves a lot of money too. It's just a lot funner. I really should be making a scrimp. I just don't have a plan. I like those leftover shrimp patterns, but there's a few things I've been wanting to try. I don't want to go smaller than a 4. But if this is for Lake Worth Pier, there's no rocks. So I can... See, when I try to do upturned hook shrimp, it eats up the gap a little too much. Oh, excuse me. So I thought maybe put the lead dumbbell underneath. It's hot in here. Like, put the dumbbell underneath, hackle, chamois with a scoop of Publix bag or sandwich bag on the back for shininess. Wish I had a longer shank. Here, let me turn this AC on for a second. Rub rail. Holy trucks. Remember to stay 81. That doesn't really bother me when I'm in here like working on stuff, but man, when I start talking, I get and the heat doesn't really get to me too bad. That's a lie. The heat's been getting to me real bad. I haven't been out hardly at all. It's been brutal. Hope everyone's staying hydrated. Oh, that's a good. This was just in a pack of Chinese strung saddle hackle. Maybe I'll use that. Shoot, am I doing a scrimp? All over the place. scrimp. I'm gonna use this 54 denier, so I'm not bulking up too much, not knowing what I'm doing. Oops. This vise has still been an absolute sanity saver. The only reason why a hook would fall out is if I didn't tighten it enough, not because the metal's soft. I'm gonna zoom on in. I'm just gonna grab a few things. Really excited for the calf belly. The flysmith is going to be dropping some new materials. Stoked on that. Stoked on that. Cause you know it's going to be like, I mean, even if I don't have a use for it, there's stuff that, like an immediate use as of right now, I don't want to miss the chance on getting. There's a lot of good shops out there, but man, being able to see the products used all the time. I'm still a beginner, so there's a lot of things I don't even know what they feel like, and there's just a lot of really evident thought put into it that it's exciting, like genuinely exciting. Like I've never even been this excited for when a movie came to theaters or something. So I need eyes, which I got eyes. Which I can't wait to make a giant. I kind of want to make Mr. Krabs, honestly, with those eyes. So oh, perfect. I'll use this. Just made out of scraps of mono, different eyes. Still haven't. Oh, I love these ones so much. It's just one yellow bead, and then the mono, like you burn it and then flatten the end, and you color that black with the Sharpie, and then one yellow bead, or any color bead. I use these. Yeah, alright. Get some lead. Let's use plain, medium. Or is that going to be too big? Man, this sucks. I want an upturned hook so bad, but my scrimps frickin' suck currently. Ain't nothing. That's what like the future is for, whatever. And without the future, what would I have to look forward to? So, my dreams consist of decent scrimps. I finally looked up a sculpin. I've got a lot of stuff like that here, namely the scorpion fish, which I'm not sure if that's considered a sculpin. I could have spent longer than a second looking it up, but I was taken back because I was like, man, I don't know what I was expecting, because a lot of things like I've never seen before, and sculpin I just knew the patterns. It's like a spun head, nice head. Oddly, let's see. Is a place. Hate doing breaks. Oh, breaks. The deal for real, honestly, same. I've always had a hard time making chick friends that don't want to steal my clothes or scam people into drinks. Nasty. But my friend Alice is in town and I really want to see her. She's one of my favorites. The few chick friends that I do have are chaos. I love them dearly. they will throw hands. But you know, they're not like I don't know. I get really bugged out really easy, I guess. But man, I don't like all the division and all. I don't like hating on a whole group of people for some personal shit that like that's one thing. If you hear someone like hating on like women or men or this and that, like whatever, they probably had a really bad experience like with someone and something that they really don't want to ever like vocalize, so they just umbrella um, their thoughts and stuff, which when you see it like that, it becomes like I don't know, at least possible to maintain compassion or something. Anytime I hear anybody going off on either hypothetical situations or someone who doesn't really exist, just like overall idea, and it's usually got some, bad experience. I'm gonna look up a script. The front bits, the placements and all that. I wonder if Dave Hayes has tied any like hyper-realistic shrimps. Steel clothes, yeah. yeah. And they'll deny it. Even after posting it on social media. Be wearing your earrings and shit. You're like, oh, that sucks you lost those. Those are really nice. Like, man. And like, yeah, my dude friends stole clothes too. Only like interesting sweaters. I used to have a lot of sweaters, but I got most stuff to resell anyway. I just like salvaging it, so not nearly as bad. One lady jacked my favorite dress. She just seen it laying there and was like, "Oh, I want to wear that." Okay, like, why did she change into it? And the worst part is I feel bad because she like passed away a few weeks later. This dress was from the 70s. Plaid. Yeah, she passed away though. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. People do live fast here. In Florida, it's like a party thing, so a lot of losses down here. Like the heat, the constant partying. Like I have friends that I don't think I've ever seen sober. They always have like a bottle of champagne in their hand or whatever, or beer, but that's a different thing. I'm talking about like every second is a party. I remember once I was really grateful I ran into my friend because man, they drank like 3 bottles of this sparkling wine. Then we went to Sunfest on a floating barge at the Svedka vodka tent. I was actively falling asleep, and I saw my friend and ran away. But yeah, it's a highly high alcohol content culture. So for the moving bits, I was gonna do like orange and tan, but I might do like white and tan. Or like a creme, like a cream. Maybe marabou, because that like undulates. Use some of the tip, like this. Because a lot of my marabou, thank God for the flysmith, honestly, because I never see anybody talk about using the side stuff. And in the beginning, I was so like nervous to use that side stuff. I just got hung up on like what's proper or not, and I really didn't have water to test it in. And yeah, I feel like that was a bad example. They both move gloriously. But anywho, these tips I've been thinking for scrimps, like that. So maybe some of that. Yeah. Sorry. White, tan, and this like fluorescent yellow. I think that's gonna be sweet. I'm wondering why I'm not getting better at anything. One day I just jump around too much. But man, that's what I love about fly tying. It's like so suitable for my temperament and life. Like, as in, it's got unlimited directions. I'm just gonna cut this here because I don't need a terrible amount. And I need to get some flash out. Alright, let me read this. Oh, messy. With time comes knowledge, and absolutely. What is that purple thing? Right on, Julian. I like the smell of it, but oh my gosh. I get to where like I could feel my face. I get stage fright in front of my mother, and they say good experience comes from a lot of bad experience. I like that a lot. And also, I'm not afraid to ask dumb questions and stuff like that, because you ask enough dumb questions, they're not so dumb anymore. And you kind of start filling in the blanks. Because, man, even the smallest little grain will keep me from understanding something. That's why I really like tactile and hate being like, I'll be real. I've never ever enjoyed being a female, not even once. I make do with clothes. I think clothes are fun, cool. But the amount of times people won't explain something to me, they'll just say like, just don't worry about it or something like that. Man, you're gonna have to worry about catching these hands. Like, or if I'm carrying something and it's like very teetery and like someone runs up to grab it, let me help you. I'm gonna help you with these hands. It drives me to tears. It drives me to rage instantly. And I'm not saying like help you, like, you know, offering help something. I'm saying like grabbing something out of my hands while I'm carrying something. It drives me nuts. And but a lot of times, like for instance, working at restaurants, people wouldn't explain anything to me. They would just be like, "It's like this because," and it drives me nuts. Use more words, please. Because, man, I like learning stuff, but I haven't been able to find many avenues for that. But when I'm nervous, I have a high-pitched voice, and that probably doesn't help my cause. I'm usually walking around dressed like a freaking cake, so, you know. Do it to myself a little bit. Alright, so what do I need? I need a pokey thing. That. I need flash, which this stuff is going to be righteous. And some for the those things. Shoot, what are they called? Antennae. I'm gonna use UV though, so I'll use the chartreuse. Be able to pop a lot more. Yeah, being a member of the female race isn't for the, you know, people always freaking touching you and shit. I'm real ticklish, so like it will not be my fault if I accidentally punch someone in the face. But thankfully, like, man, I'm so excited to become like a 47-year-old man. I've been waiting this. Alright, whoops. 47-year-old lady. I've been waiting for this moment my whole life. I dream of the day where I could like chill on a sketchy raft. No bother. Orange might be a little neat to wrap in with the body. Nah, I'm gonna end up overcomplicating it. Overcomplicating something I have no idea what I'm doing already, so let's just keep it. I do like the idea of this stuff. It's so crispy. I didn't like it at all when I pulled it out of a goodie bag and I was like sitting on it and well, it's I adore it now. It's this odd yellow, looks like something from an Easter basket. And man, let's see. Alright, that. I need something for body, that's what I'm looking for. Worm thread. This stuff is sick. One day I hope you make some really, really thick stuff. That would be sick. The worm thread, it's so poofy. Indescribable texture, it's just so poofy. I also have some fluorescent tow that I've been wanting to try for scrimps. It's this stuff, which kind of reminds me of really thick that stuff. I have an open pack. The worm thread. And this glow bug yarn also. Same goodie bag, but man, it is some of the brightest UV reactive stuff that I have and I've ever seen. Like it's yellow and it's bright green, like a seafoam green. And nice and poofy. Super UV. My dad's at the hospital getting tests now. Biopsy in a few days. I'm trying to get him here. He's got to get out of the house. And, like, fishing is his life, but pretty much our whole lives never got along, but man, I can't stress enough, I do not hold a grudge. Some of my favorite people can't stand me. I don't care. I hardly leave my desk anyway, like, and like just because I get taken wrong, it doesn't mean I'm taking other people wrong. I just like people. I like what they do and what they think, and I like differences a lot. Let's see. Alright, one or two more things and I think we're golden. Alright. Maybe I'll just use this. Be a little easier. Alright, one moment. to zoom in on in here. Grab David's shrimp. And, oh, we got a little fluff in here. Look how perfect that is. It shines like a disco. Put my little holder. I do have some bullet shells too for I guess like jigs. Nice weight. I can't get my Dremel bits to go through them though. These ones I'm gonna cut, but these ones I just need to get a hole in it, which I used to. I used to make a lot of jewelry with the bullet shells. Here's something really easy. Just throwing some coral in one. Lady out in Clewiston sells gator teeth and bullet shells. Alright. Ooh. Polystyrene wrapping on it, or rubbing on each other. Make sure the hook's up, because I sometimes forget that chat is on the screen. This necklace is just some scrap beads from a dress and braided fishing line I found at Blue Heron. It's all sun bleached and stuff, so. And these shells are found at the pylons. I had a whole necklace of them, but got lost in the move. But alright, so the reason why I busted these out, because I never know where to add the eyes. All mine just not. This one I think came out the best, but the one thing I wanted to add was a piece of bag over the shell. So, ooh, yeah, whoops, my bad. I gotta get some. I think instead of, I'll use this Crafter. It's got pearl flash in it. Somewhere I have a big clump of it. I found let me grab this. When I say like destroyed beaded stuff to get bees, this is a prime example. Because sometimes I feel like crafters I tell that to are like, oh, you're just destroying old stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Look at all those beads. And there's rhinestones. It's falling apart. And these beads have a lot of like refraction in them, so I can't wait to get that wire to make articulated. But yeah, there's tons of beads on this. These are very expensive, and they're just not making them like they always have. A lot of them are painted, meaning they're going to be plain white as soon as that paint starts. Alright, so yeah, I might use this instead of the marabou. Yeah. Let me get some, like a clump of pearl up here. Figure out how far down the hook that I want to go. That's just a little something something Where is that mirror boot? I'm still not sure. Well, you know, maybe have a little skirt of that. Yeah, I like that. Lens up. Holy trucks, white guy. I mean, nice guy. Jesus. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna add a little bit more of that pearl over top. Little disco mouth. Whoops. It's for the ocean. I really want to get some like acid green or like absinthe green. Alright. Let me just remove that. I don't want to get any. Nothing personal. There's no how fragile the ecosystem is. I've seen the jeans commercial, people losing their shite. I mean, to be honest, I don't really understand the wording. I do feel like they were asking for it. But I really couldn't care less. I mean, I thought Sydney Sweeney was like a Tim Burton character or something. But she pretty. Nothing against the lady, I just didn't know who the hell was. Isn't that oh, Sweeney something? I wonder what they're from. Is from. Yeah, pretty much always will be Kea Smith thread here. I'm gonna get some of the wax nylon, but the freedom is unreal. This stuff lays so flat, and this is the 105 denier. A dream for saltwater flies. A lot of times I'll get a little too bulked up, like if you look at some of my first deceivers, pulled one out, they the heads are just like, which I don't mind, but it's so thick. Perfect spot for eyes and stuff. So I'm not like complaining about that. I just had thread that was way too thick, especially for not knowing too much and planning and stuff. That's gonna take repetition and experience anyway. Did I drop it? Yeah, I didn't really understand the wording. Cause see, at first I thought she just said like I have good genes and that was it. Then I saw the frill commercial. I was like, oh. I mean, should be able to say whatever the hell you want, but yeah, I could see like, you know, again, I couldn't really care less. Could pretend to. Oh my god, such bad. Wow, how can you be so bad? Not to, but that's about it. Alright, so I'm gonna add a little bit like here and keep all that for the body. Just to start having some of that. I mean, I'm surprised she wasn't, I don't know. I'm surprised it hasn't been a Robert Supper video yet. Sydney Sweeney's Bloodline. I haven't watched the Trump Bloodline video yet. I'm gonna watch it with a friend. I watch everything though. That is not a political statement by any means. I watch everything. I just like theories. I don't put too much. I mean, I watched Mr. Imhotep or something. I forget the name. I watch everyone. I just like comparing notes, and as humans, been here for a long time, and it always blew my mind that we had very little understanding of our origins. Oh, dumbass bitch. Got me a hump there, but it's okay. Let me wax this. Wax a good amount. Hey, Remington. Hope your day's going awesome also. I am, Comrade, I for the longest time I wanted to stitch in Braille. I always thought that would be sweet. I'm sure people have done that before. But like, embroidery, like those, I think they call them French knots. And I think that would be really sick. Because it would look like a pattern, but then it would literally be language. Alright, so there's that. These I just kind of lazily attached together so they don't get separated. Alright. Oh. Let me get some. Buddy mine's fishing shrimps near the pier, which there's pompano, pamaleta, and a lot of really. I personally, man, I really want to go back for some ladyfish. A lot of people say I was a trash fish. It was delicious. For real. You don't. Their flesh or the meat that they provide is real soft. So you don't really fillet it. You just use a spoon. And I posted a reel, I guess, of just pictures on my Facebook. That was from last year. Just came up in memories and was like, make a reel. I said, do what you want. It was so good. It's pretty much just whatever your seasonings are. That's what it will taste like. It didn't even have a smell. It smelled like bottled spring water. And it was from the salt. I think I still want to add tentacles. No, what am I thinking? What the heck is it called? feelers. Antenna. Wanted to use some of these. But maybe I'll wait. I'm so stoked on this. These wrapped as bodies are glorious because that sporadic print, when wrapped, it's really nice. Oh, a rubber leg. Maybe I'll just use that. That's an orange one. I want to find some like clear, sparkly. I have barred sparkly. I'll use that. This came in a kit, a post-fly kit. I really like this stuff. Sparkly. I'll just use one. I gotta cut it so I don't get that big fold. I might use grizzly hackle. Man, I found a pack of feathers, 35 bucks. And it looks like good hackle feathers for hair extensions. For like dry flies. I've really been wanting to tie some dries. Depressing as hell. I could tie them, but like where am I gonna fish them? My buddy's been wanting to go out, but man, when I get to homebody, like, been selling a lot of stuff on Marketplace, making room, because a lot of this stuff is to get rid of the like old stuff, and I've been wanting to get into a different path with all that, so I just, man, like marine salvage blew me away. Let me get on those boats with a screwdriver. I'll get it all. I love salvaging things. I don't care what it is. Like, I'll sit there and look for shells for 16 hours straight. If I could put that to actual use, in my humble opinion, that is a skill set. Like, I would be a free archaeologist if I could. Just let me patiently sift through stuff for hours. Alright, there's that. Those I could cut off if they end up looking like shite. Now let me get some grizzly. That might like stand out a little bit more than like legs. This stuff kind of sucks. This stuff, I just I don't know if it's dry rotted or something. It breaks really easy. The dry friendly feathers, I think it's hen. But see these dry, friendly, very web-free feathers. Some of those are a little, I don't know. I like those colors though. I'd wear that shite. The black and white with the pearl. Okay. Body. Touch my body. So it's either gonna use this Maybe I'll put this just on the back, and I'll use worm thread to tether it in. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing ever, but here's the plan. Fixing to put in some orders for some more. Damn it. I forgot to put this in a bobbin. I like using it in a bobbin. The stretched one out. Nice loose. Gave it the old Adriana Chech. I can't believe I said that out loud. I didn't know who that was. I saw an email on a Miami like thing. I was like, have lunch with Adriana Chechik. You know, I was win a lunch. So, man, I'll be real. I applied for that, but I did not win the lunch. It was in a local Miami paper. And then I think that's the lady who jumped in the ball pit and broke her tailbone. And I was like, whoa, that is the lady that I saw an advertisement for. I wanted to make a Florida blog for a long time now, so I was fixing to try to interview all kinds of people. Jordan Maxwell was one of them, but he passed away before any of my emails got responded to. And I don't judge. I like meeting a bunch of different types of people because there's a bunch of different types of people. That's great. I went to an expo with a friend because, oh man, I'm a little bit of a prude, I'll be real. So, it was like a fish out of water, but it was a very interesting experience. Like, everyone there was super, super nice. Like, holy trucks. Some of the most polite people, besides Jenna Hayes, polite people possible. And that Jenna Hayes was not nice. Complimented her dress and stuff. It was rude. But that Sasha Grey lady was there. I know a lot of people are fans. And I will say, that lady was super nice. I didn't know what to talk to her about, but we talked about music. My friend was really, really into that kind of stuff. She was kind of like a dominatrix, I guess. I don't know. I knew not to touch her furniture very much. That's about it. But again, I do not judge. I like going to the convention center events where it'll be a bunch of tables and Ron Jeremy, man. I've only seen him in movies and music videos. The whole thing, but yeah. Anyway, I was thinking about that today. Because I do be a prude. Proud prude. My friend does like rope art and stuff. I really want to get together. I'm trying to find a lady who will wear a mermaid costume and like do like a whole net theme thing. But because I'm probably not gonna worry about my website. It was gonna be like a blog, but I'm probably not gonna do that because if anything goes wrong with it, I'm not very well versed in web development, and yeah, I hate the idea of like losing a site, and put a lot of work in my other site, but I don't, it's the maintenance that kind of freaks me out a little bit. This is not gonna add as much body like this that I wanted. There is another person there but I can't remember. This is forever ago. I was already down there, and I guess my friend's friend canceled. And she was like, "Do you want to go to this thing?" Alright, that added a little body. So now I want to go back to the front. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'll come up. I'll meet them there. Yeah, Florida's wild. Especially Miami. Yikes. It is intense. I love it though. Like that there's something for everyone. But yeah, Miami could get real intense. It's a little scurvy. Little scurvy, slimy salamanders down there. But I love it. I love Miami. Welcome to Miami. Alright, I'm gonna use Bard. This stuff has some nice points. It's very hot in here, so I cannot think straight. I'm thinking of just filth, I guess. It's brutal. My biggest cod was almost 10. Holy. Spearfishing. Spearfishing cod. Holy trucks. That sounds cool. Or, like, because I always wonder, you know, like when ice fishing, like they're fishing with that trident, essentially, like a big pitchfork. Yeah, Miami is. I want to go down for fishing, like Key Biscayne. There's now I see all the pockets of water as potentials for real good times. This might be a little too wide, dang it. These ones aren't though. That looks like the same. Yeah, it's the same. It's amazing how much variety are in. Is this considered a pelt too? Please excuse my ignorance, because a lot of things I just call the wrong name. I think the grizzly legs will stand out a little more. So I'm gonna add this. Ooh, eyes. Yay. First I'll add the eyes. And then the grizzly legs. And then, oh shoot, I gotta think. How was I gonna add the chamois? I wonder if I should have, instead of like a Humpty kind, for lack of a better way to describe, like tying in backwards and then folding it over, I think I'm going to leave like a diamond shape over. I might even do the shell separate. Like get this done, tie it off, then tie it in back here, and then tie it in there with the going down the body. Might do it like that. I might wax this. Oh, let me tighten this. Might keep it right there. Throw some flash. Throw some flash. Flash. Ah. Master of the universe. Yeah, I get some cheap scissors to cut that. And this part here, I can always cut that shorter to be like, you know, proper mouth bits. There's so many shrimp configurations, both pattern-wise and in nature. Like, we've got loads of configurations here. I really want to make the coral banded shrimp. The first shrimp I ever tried tying was supposed to be that. I did just run into it. It's like a coral shrimp head. This is first shrimp. This is before I had anything. I guess it's fish like that. Okay. So let me try to cut out. This is chamois. Now, my friend moved this tiki statue he had on top of a pile of rocks that looks so sick. Went to the Maikai, which is both of our favorite restaurants. Man, I used to beg people to go there for some reason. I know a lot of no people, like in real life. Like every question is no. So that's the plan, and then with some like this nice and thick bag. Try to cut this shape out vaguely. Or latex. Or latex. So this is it with the plastic. That's pretty nice. And it will be wrapped up. But I do have gator back. I got matte clear and speckled, and it looks like a, you know, maybe I'll still do the sandwich baggie, but I'll put a little bit of the speckled in it for that light refraction. This stuff is amazing. Look at that. Here, let me look at these comments. I don't like missing things, but I do get a little hung up. Time goes by. Hey, Waymond! Ooh, man, I wanna try crappie so bad. That's a really pretty fish. Next year I'm heading to Norway. Wow. Randy, have you been to Flamingo at all? Flamingo looks like genuine paradise. I want to do it during the winter maybe because the heat and bull sharks, but so like won't probably be able to swim as much as like, but it's such an expanse. There's not a lot of expanses like that I can think of, and it's supposed to be unreal. Get lost back there. I mean, the road into Flamingo alone is just out of this world. Here, I'm gonna send that picture to my friend. Gosh. Working on a scrimp. Let me finish looking that up too. Spearfish and cod. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That looks so cold! When is it too cold? Spearfishing remote Arctic Norway in winter? God, human bodies are crazy. I'm definitely getting a wetsuit this year. Oh shoot, let me go. I'm not seeing. Oh, Randy! I think I know what's up. Okay, so I hardly check the messages on my page because they make you switch out, and my computer, I usually will have like the Meta Suite or something open, and I'll have all the inboxes. But here, let me find you. My Facebook was public, but kept getting shite from my posts. I don't even post nothing. But if you, it's just Jaime Lyn. It's the same. What can I find? Let's see. I'll just okay. This is me. Yeah, I tried to make a page, but I wasn't really posting anything on it. And I only get like OnlyFans accounts that message it for some reason. One guy, I did get my first peen on my screen via the page. The man, I try not to judge, but that was mank, mank, mank. It was like, I don't want to judge, but man, the dude had like witch nails. It was wild. I never want to see that again. It was shocking, honestly. People are pretty dang chill out there, and that's the first time I ever opened a message to be greeted by a P on my screen. Oh, this shit was mank. Like, for real. Like, the search history must be traumatizing. But again, not judging, just holy trucks. Yeah, so that's pretty much like the last time I've been over there. Oh, that pearl looks so nice. All right, so I gotta get the legs on and the dumbbell eye. I'm gonna use this feather. I kind of want some Estas before the legs. This stuff just, oh man. I could just wrap this on a hook. It's so nice. But probably not gonna wrap it. No, I will. Yeah, it was like a horror film. Like the imagery was like from like a trauma movie or something. I answer my phone as Bill Gates fan club. I don't think anybody has ever responded. I want this up a bit more. Maybe I could get it in between the eyes. And that will help them stand up. Oh yeah. Okay. Then I'll put, shoot. Because that stuff, it's unreal. The pearl crystal, or the pearl tinsel, pretty nice. This stuff, oh my gosh. Every color just it sings out. I'm gonna add this to the other side. I'm not the best with hackle, but just gonna put it to like there. But yeah, feel free to add me on Facebook. I check that mostly. I'm on that mostly. And I post on that mostly. I try to remember to post on Instagram and that kind of thing, but I'm not the best at keeping up with all that. Well, let me get these up. I should have doubled this feather. I do like doubling it for legs. I have a little bit better luck having them stuck out real good. I think I might order some Chinese. Craving a poo-poo platter. I like them, man. I like the fried food. Keeps you full forever. I like everything is made out of water and chains. So I'm not eating no chain food no more. You know, I should have tied this the opposite direction so that it started tapering the other way. But this is going to be pushed down in its legs anyway, so, So it could be a little sloppy with that. Oh dear. Haunted. Alright. Yeah, I'm glad I went with these instead of just white. More shadow and stuff. Okay. I might have lost that dumbbell. No, I didn't. Gonna add the dumbbell and then tie it off and use some thicker thread to do the carapace. Oh. These are soft. Eee, these are super smooth and soft. Is that dumbbell too small? Here, let's see. Yeah, another thing about the pages, man, they make it a pain to, like you don't have as many options for stuff as in like, regular. Let's see. This is really weird because it doesn't come up. I'm trying to find the same like profile pic. Oh, there you go. Yeah, and then like you can't add friends or anything on pages. It's like such a. I was excited to have a page, and then I've had pages before, but never really got any traction. I used to make a bunch of crafts and stuff. But for the most part, especially jewelry, like people just I don't know, make it themselves. Especially nowadays. It wasn't always like that. Here, I'm gonna flip this around. Because I need glue. I don't know what kind though. Like stuff that sticks to metal and materials would be nice. Especially for the saltwater things. Some things it's hard to have confidence in because like if I tie it any tighter the thread will break, but I don't like movement. Unless it's supposed to move. Get that. Oh, get that extra stuff. Much prefer dumbbells over beaded chain. I cut the crap out of my throat beaded chain. Okay. So let's see. This and then that and then bag. Yeah. Like that. Just for that extra something, something. And this could have some extra out for its little tail. So let me tie this off and switch thread. I might use some mono. Oh. Hehe. Here's one of the first poppers I tried to make. It's made out of this foam, but it's super heavy. And this one I never finished. I need I'll put some Sally Hansen's on the head, but I can't get anything to stick to hooks. Alright, so this I might cut a little notch in it, and that could be its tail. I could always trim more off. Loose. Oh, I never. Here, let me tie this off, and then I'll. Wax. Boy, does that wax change a lot. It makes life a lot easier, especially tying onto the hook for the first. So don't tie it backwards. Or do you tie backwards? I always do too anyway. I'm really trying to pay attention to those things now, so I don't have a big exposed loop or an Achilles heel. Let us see. Alright. Food. Where's a food item? Coffee? Mm. Oh, I have a piece of pizza. My appetite sucks right now. But gonna go to my parents in a little bit. My dad's like actively dying. Shit sucks. I was gonna use green, but nah. Mono my ass. I'm just gonna use this mana. Well, no, I'm not. I'm gonna use the green. Yeah. And some flash. I might redo it and to use mono. Or let's see. Yeah, my dad he's had a rough life and he drinks it away for the most part, but now he's in the position where he can't do that. And he's gotta like want to live a little bit. It's been really difficult. A lot of blue collar workers are akin to Michelangelo to me, but their bodies are their machines, even though they get to mess with all kinds of machinery. Their bodies are, for the most part, their machines. Meaning, without maintenance, it just doesn't go, can't go on forever. Like, tanks have to be serviced. And his back is completely shot. Multiple shattered discs in his spine. So I really can't move much. And my mom is really out of it from the coma, this pandemic bullshit. Never forgive. She was the most unimpressed I've ever been. But I don't know. If I didn't get back into fishing, I think I would have tried to pet a gator with my face. It is that shitty. And seeing like all the aftershocks of, I mean, I don't even think the aftershocks even have come yet. That screwed so many people. Most treasonous shit ever. Well, that's why I could care less about politics. They could all eat my freaking ass. Honestly. Have to pay me now. And I do accept checks. Bastards. Gonna live my time on Earth. That's what I'm here doing. With good things, good food, and even better people. I'll put resin over top of this. Gonna help give it a better shape. Yeah, I should have. Next time, on the next one, I'm going to tie in the feather by not the point, but the base, base. Yeah. That last few years gobbled up a lot of people and chewed them right up while all being gaslit into the. Jeez. Like, I go off on my friends now because, man, it doesn't matter how many times you could beg someone to not send you political stuff or like piles of corpses. They do. And it's like, dude, like, got nothing wrong with rich kids. I really don't. But read the fucking room. That gator back, awesome. So I might want to switch that thread. The green, I'm not sure if it's really doing it for me. No, I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna put resin over top. Man, like, bottom line of like, if your idea of helping is just like harassing people with news articles, I mean, PayPal makes it real easy to start a like a to raise money for someone. Like, a lot easier than GoFundMe. And I never see no one doing any of that. Only harassing like their friends, family. Shoot, I'm gonna redo this, I think. Unless I could cut it from here. Might be a little difficult. Might be really difficult. Yeah, man. I don't watch news anymore for this reason, because I can't keep my mouth shut. This shit's gutter. It's like, that's why I would start writing notes, and the page I entitled it, The Endangered Individual. It's like any form of individuality, and like, I don't see any difference in attacking groups from like the groups that have been attacked in the past, and it was very tragic. But man, it's just like people are just very desperate for new and improved ways to hate each other and use each other. The fuck? See, I wish this was up a little bit more. Not sure how to plan for that, but I'm gonna Zap-A-Gap this knot, because it's gonna have resin going over it. Well, maybe I'll just use resin. This is a poly spun shoot, gel spun polyethylene, the material. Uh-oh. Gotta get more of this stuff. This stuff is delicious. Oh, I guess that leaked a little bit. Super thin resin. I want to get the brush bottle, but I want to get more of this too in the squeezy bottle. Squeezy, young cheesy. Then I'll put some thick resin on, and then bend those eyes. I'm gonna do blob right back behind the head, and then smooth it out. And probably throw it in the sun. And I gotta work on the carapace. Gosh, I can't wait to put resin on this though. That gator back is unreal. Oh, bubble. I swear UV resin, one of my favorites. I am now kind of wishing I put white legs in with the grizzly, like tied them both. And I might trim it so they're just a hair more erect. Sorry. Yeah, I should put more legs. But first one always kind of sucks. Yeah, heavy equipment, holy trucks. I dream of the day that blue collar gets the credit it deserves. Pisses me right the frick off. Like, without blue collar workers, there's not a society at all. I get phone calls are real important. I respect businessmen too, you know, I respect everyone. If everyone did the same thing, it wouldn't work. Like, some of the biggest, like, jobs, like, big businesses. My uncle was in air conditioning, and he did huge units. Whether it be industrial spaces, like mansions. He was working at one Palm Beach, and a lady asked him to grab a lamp from the attic, and a stone knocked off of it. And he's like, dude, this looks like a raw diamond. And the lady was like, oh, you could have that. And he sold it for thousands. I saw it. It looked like a piece of citrine, really. It wasn't clear. Like, obviously it wasn't clear because it was, like, raw. But it was, it had some color to it. And then we use the thin stuff. Oh, that gator back is surreal. I might even use that to make some super micro bait fish for sabiki. Essentially just a strip of that, or 2 strips tethered to a hook. Definitely needed more legs. The gator back though. Let me see. It's rainbow refraction. So I'm going to maybe add a little bit more at the front. So let me bend it like that. Oh, hunger struck. Probably hear that. And then I gotta put it in the sun because my light is really weak. I got shaky hands. It's finally telling my friend about, I almost said my son, what the hell? About visual snow, because I've never met anyone with visual snow, and it took years of me trying to describe it, and like all kinds of doctors saying it was just a normal thing, everyone has staticky vision, but it's totally different. That's why I can't like fish at night, and I hate it with a passion, and there's no like cure or anything. So if you see me at night, I got a headlamp, or else I'm just, I love the nighttime, but I just can't enjoy it. Can't see anything. It's like being absolutely blind. Ow! Son of a snatch! I guess that's the reason to keep a clean workspace. Ah! Shite. Got really lucky. For the most part. Whoops. Here, let me throw this in the sun real quick. It'll cure a lot faster. Yeah, I could really go heavy with the resin because I don't have to worry about it sinking or throwing the weight off. Oh, I guess I do. I'm gonna add some to the side anyway, so it doesn't swim weird. And I probably should have added a piece of mono. I really gotta start making weedless. Is this heavy enough? I'm just gonna put something on it so it doesn't fly away. Oops, got my garbage. You know, the plants out there my friend grew, salvage. Not too sure how long I'll be at this place, but man, I've been learning so much. It's just really addicting. I really like observing, honestly. Because there really isn't like classes, like life classes, repairing certain things. I mean, there's trade school, but I'm talking about like overall, just like picking up things. I had one of those type of dads that, I don't know, didn't really pass on knowledge, more so like exhibited his rather than like a transitional, like, I'm gonna teach you how to do this. No, it was more like, hold this flashlight while I do this, and just talk about how no one else can do it. You know, it is what it is. My dad's very childlike, which ain't a bad thing, but hey, didn't get to learn as much as I wanted to. He has 2 other daughters, so he kind of mixes me up with them. I don't know how. Well, the vegan one I like. I like the vegan one. It's the other one. It's just not nice. Not a nice person. She called me a bitch. And I took it personally. No, I don't. I really don't. I videotaped that shit. I was laughing my ass off. It's like, man, caring isn't like calling for a phone bill to be paid and that's it. Like, come on. But I didn't find out they existed until I was 14, and then the other one until I was like, gosh, I don't know. But ain't nothing. I'm just not gonna, interact, I guess. Family stuff could be real draining, and I'm not like a no contact person. I love my family dearly. However, I know as the black sheep, man, I get zapped instantly. And plus, a lot of my family's moved away or scattered or too good for everyone else. So, happy 4th of July. So, just me and my parents, really. My grandparents are really the glue that kept the family together. The destruction of the family is probably one thing that I know for sure is not an exaggeration. I mean, it used to bug me out so much in school, like learning all this stuff, but never anything on taxes, like running a bunch of laps, but they won't teach us how to read our heart rates or stuff like that, like CPR, nothing. It was barren as far as like, which I like learning like all those stuff, but like repairs, man. The year I went to high school is the year they took home economics out, which broke my heart. What the heck? I thought I was gonna learn how to sew and cook and shit. I could do that if I tried, but I don't know how to make patterns or like make a button-down shirt or anything, which would have been real sweet. Which obviously I could teach myself how to do it. It's just, it's totally different. Gotta get a sewing machine and hey, Michael, I appreciate that. Hey, Flycraft! Shoot, my bad. I got real into the scrimp, trying to tie some shrimps for a body, but ha haven't landed on any structures. Flycraft, you would not know it. Your ties are impeccable. I'm not sure if he's still here, but sometimes I forget, like, some people, um, like, because I started 9 months ago, give or take, but I think I'll consider myself a beginner for like 3 years, 5 years, and, oh shit, Dude died last week. The excavator rolled down a cliff. Oh, man. Oh, God. Randy, holy shit. My dad broke his back. It's no joke. He broke his back on mescaline, though. It was in a car, and he hit the two people, but he didn't have a seatbelt on, and he shot out the windshield. It broke his neck, my bad. And then spines have been a little bad because of he does irrigation, and slipped on paint, and it shattered the rest of his discs. Wow. Land Clearing LLC. Ever run into any archaeology? I always wonder that with like within quarries and any form of land clearing or any form of extraction. I always wonder if they ever run into archaeology, like anything. Spears or bones or a rooster tail like this. I am looking for those beads and the wire. I ordered some 0.8mm stainless steel wire. It has gotten lost apparently, and still looking for that. I found it doesn't come in a roll. I didn't want it in a spool because, man, trying to straighten out spooled wire sometimes brings me to tears. And so I found rods, and they're the same ones that you would use to replace a spring if you had to make a spring for like clippers or anything. And fossils right on. We only have one spot to find crystals here, and it's the Fort Drum mine that I know of. There's probably more, but it has citrine growing out of fossils, like shells. One of the best specimens I've seen. It's like one of the main pictures I use is a clam or oyster something, and then the citrine sticking right out of it. It's one of the most baddest specimens I've ever seen. I couldn't believe it ended up being from here. Gold is my biggest dream though. Like, I say a lot, I'll probably never move out of Florida, but man, gold is probably the only thing that would get me out the state. If I found a place that, like you can't really fly fish in this freshwater here. I mean, you can if you find a bank, but getting in the water, a lot of gators and snakes. But I just cannot imagine. Like, the bite is a little weak, maybe the water's too warm. I'm gonna just pan for gold. That would be like just top tier. I used to do magnet fishing, but my magnet is MIA. I wanted a bar, a rod one, to slip through rocks. But yeah. Oh, I found a old flapper dress. It's probably not too old, probably like early 60s. I got a few stitching to do, and then I'm gonna throw it on eBay. Been trying to get through all that kind of stuff. Found a 1920s nightgown I was gonna throw on eBay, but I'm not sure. Found two of them. One might be like 30s. I have the label for it. It fell off. But it looks like a plain whatever until you look on the bottom, and there's like this really neat folded fabric detail. I was like, oh, that's old. And this, I have shite hanging on all of it, but this 20s nightgown blew my mind. There's a little age stainage on it, but man, 100 years old. I don't have many clothes that are 100. They don't last like that in Florida. It's real dry rotted. I think I have one dress from like 30s, and it could be 40s, but and what else? Yeah, that mask also. Gonna try to get the rest of those tempered glass masks. Pick that out for my buddy because been wanting to show down there, and another buddy of mine does dirt bikes, and he's gonna meet and do a trip. 74 and just rides dirt bikes and dives and does all that. Like you could live forever in Florida, I'm convinced. Unless it gets hotter. It's been really brutal. And could go under the bridge because people have lived there their whole life and just haven't seen it. You gotta wear a mask. You gotta wear a mask in the ocean. Have to. Like if I surfed, I'd wear a mask like around my neck, and then when I fell in the water, maybe not. She gets big out there. Tarpon, they're fine, but they get really big. If you see them out there, you don't know if you're seeing a shark or a tarpon. Redemption. Randy, for the longest time, I thought it was redhead redemption. For the longest time. I made a fly tied a fly for my dad. It's just a deceiver with a red head instead of with chartreuse. I usually, this is one of the first ones ever, so it's not that great. But I called it the redhead redemption. A lot of the lures and stuff is white with a red head. Oh man, video game recommendations. See, I don't play many video games. I honestly would recommend PlayStation 1 Tomb Raider. Best of the best. Last Revelation, Chronicles 1, 2, and 3. Some of the best games on planet Earth. I've played the new Tomb Raiders. I don't know. Maybe it's just nostalgia and not the best at the modern games, but and I like PlayStation games because, you know, if you get lost, you could just like go up to a wall and like turn and see if there's anything behind that wall. So, and then you know, things that open are just like so apparent. But man, I love those games so much to this day. I should grab them. PlayStation 1 will be a lot easier to find than a PlayStation 4. And I'll be real. My ignorance is pretty extensive when it comes to gaming. I didn't know you had to do a monthly, you had to pay PlayStation monthly in order to play live games. Like a lot. It's not like no $5 a month, it's like something else. And I really like Call of Duty a lot. I couldn't play Battlefield, Halo, any of that. I tried all the other live games. I even tried Fallout, but there was nobody in it. Like I wandered for days, and the only person I saw was someone in underwear. And what's it called though? I mean, walking around, I really like the aesthetic of it a lot. And but couldn't really figure it out, and therefore couldn't get into it. But might have been like past this time also. Talk about a quickie. I just got laid. I'm just kidding. I don't know why I said that. But, anyways. Oh, I got my banjo back. It's got steel in its neck. So it's real sturdy, real dusty. But my great-grandma was a banjo master, whatever that entails. She died when I was like 1. She was a chain smoker, and every single car she got, she would immediately have it painted red. But very excited. It's missing this string and this string, but it needs new knobs, so my buddy's gonna be redoing it all, and I'm very excited. This is the closest I've had to having a banjo, and it was 20 bucks on OfferUp. Kingston, I'm not sure. I've never heard of that, but it's got steel in its neck. I don't know why that. I'm so taken by that. And oh, I also found the shirt. This is the every now and then I mention this. This shirt was hand woven by blind girls. That's what the label says. Had this since middle school. I used to work at a vintage store. Well, volunteer, because I was very young. I started when I was 13, so I couldn't get paid. Hand woven by blind girls. But it's really, really pretty. Weaving and textiles is very tactile. Textiles are very tactile. Textiles to me are like part of human heritage, like fishing or fly tying or carpentry. Things that humanity's engaged in since day one. And that are necessity. Some of my favorite art is folk art. Folk art is definitely my favorite. And the Pennsylvania Dutch, a very utilitarian. Man, I think I had something in my nose that whole time. Oops. But there's not any mirrors. The mirrors are so high in the sky, and it's the first time I felt small. Usually I feel huge in freaking apartments and bathrooms, like you have to bend all the way over. But the counter's really high, everything's really high. I did find this star mirror, but I don't know where to hang it. How sick is this? I have to dust it still. But real stoked to get that up. I want to get it right here so I can at least see if there's something in my eyes or sawdust. There's sawdust everywhere. Floors went in. Bamboo. This is really neat. I've never seen them because a long time ago when I was a kid, I always thought they were just flat boards, but there's the little divot, so they're like puzzle pieces. And seeing them installed, like, look at this thing. I don't know what I would use one for, but man, I can't deny I want one. Is it still in here? Yeah. What is this? It's crazy. I've never seen one. I've just seen the like little things. These. How sick is that? I'm sure everyone has seen one of these, but I haven't. I was like, oh damn. This one's pretty cool too. One of my favorite things. And it was the first thing I noticed that wasn't sitting on a shelf downstairs. And I couldn't believe my eyes when it was in here. But slowly getting, I like that it's pink now. It's really, really neat being in a place that's being kind of renovated or what have you. Got some of my stuff back. My blessed duck. I would have died 1,000 deaths if I didn't get my duck. But I brought this. It's a decoy, but you can still see some of the paint on it. I had a few of them, but this is the only one I kept. I really like that for the most part. It has been stripped back to its wood, and just remnants remain. And I wonder what kind of duck it was to... Yeah, toaster. I missed my other one. This one's pretty cool too. I like the ones with the wheels and they pull out and you flip it. I'm looking for one still. Nice 60s binoculars. Found those dirt cheap at a thrift store. Thrift stores sometimes will have a like a camera thing and they'll throw binoculars in that. This has a 1970s calendar in it. But I'll tell you what, the packaging and just how it is, that's the collector's piece to me. I like that as is. Someone's Christmas gift or something. And these, I used to find these all the time, those little coasters. I never found a whole set, brand new in box. And these, I don't know where I'm gonna hang them. I'm trying to find some corks to just not glue into them, just like tack them in. One day I'll make some of these. I got this from the lady. She passed away. Oh, this mirror is my favorite mirror. I'm not sure what this face just appeared. But this mirror, it's a ram. Oh, it's so sick. It's one of the first things I saw on my friend's wall years ago where I was like, oh my gosh. Top tier taste, man. I was in his shop as a kid. There's one of those floats. I got my owl back unscathed. Really old plushies. This one's my favorite though. Someone made that. Well, not someone made all of the stuff, but you can tell the eye was replaced and just love the heck out of that. Candlestick! I used to make candlesticks. I haven't in a minute. Can never get the wick to stay decently. And this is for a seamstress. Slowly. I have so many boxes to go through. I haven't gone through any of my stuff, not even a little. I do not know where to start with that. And just haven't started at all. Gonna paint that. But finally got most of the books I use. I had a decent collection because I wanted to make a study. I mean, you never know when the power's gonna go out, for real. And when I was a kid, I didn't have internet. I grew up using books and David's flies. So to this day, like I prefer sifting books than online. If I sift the internet for stuff, I just get too sidetracked, can't focus, and never end up finding what I'm looking for. I gotta return this cot. Enjoying it while it lasts. There's my garbage. Are those ducks? What? Cranes? Oh, wow. Look at that dry grass. That might be sand. That like is covering the grass. It does get crazy windy. Been using this. It's been it's been really hot. And I like going on walks, but man, I have like oily skin, so when I sweat, like I get blinded. I like the ocean. on hot days, because that air is like air conditioning. You're not gonna sweat out there. I mean, you are, but not not on on these streets. I'm gonna be going on a drift boat. Man, a few of my buddies go out a lot, but I just don't want to be treated no different, alright? So if like I get some weird like man, I just want to go out. I don't want to be treated like a kid or whatever. So I'm just gonna go on a drift boat. And the drift boats here they go out just like 3 miles, give or take. Not quite to the Gulf Stream, but I really, really love them. And yeah. But did I go back to sleep? Oh, my mom. Shoot. Shoot. I'm sorry, Donna. See, let me look. Which hair shampoo? Yeah, man, my hair is finally like hair again and not hay. Untreated well water almost put me in my grave early. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, real bad. But for the last like year, used rice water, which if you swim in a lot of pools or have well water, before you shower, saturate your hair with rice water. Just take a little bit of rice, get all the yeast out of it and that cloudy, milky water, saturate your hair with it. Because then your hair is not going to absorb the chlorine or absorb the well water. Ooh, that's nice. Just saw that like that. Which saved my hair. Like my hair is really, really damaged. Like bad. Like every single strand was split in multiple ways. Like I've never seen anything like that. And back on city water, so was able to get that. I just get the regular like Pantene stuff. I've tried getting fancy stuff. It's just maybe the stuff at hair salons, because like your hair always feels so great after those places, but man, once I tried to get that stuff and it was like wax. But yeah, I just get regular old Pantene when it's buy one get one. And Dr. Bronner's for everything else. That stuff is great because it has so many uses. You can use it for dishes if you needed to. And it's the only thing that like doesn't make my skin break out. A lot of the like facial cleansers are horse shite. And like at a young age I noticed some of the dudes had way better skin than some of the ladies. What do you use? Irish Spring. So Irish Spring if I don't have Dr. Bronner's, and it has to be the regular classic one. There's one it has like menthol or something, which the menthol Dr. Bronner's, the smell doesn't bother me so much. Do I tell this story? I went to a summer camp when I was a kid, and it was real hood, alright? And I was a weird little hippie kid, and I liked crafting a lot. So I was too old to be with the babies and toddlers, and I was too young to be with the older kids. So I would have to like babysit the babies, which I didn't mind that, giving snacks and stuff. That I felt so grown up. I was like reading books and shit. And like I'm 2 feet tall at this, but the older kids were like rabid monkeys, and I for some reason was targeted, and they held me down and sprayed a tube of toothpaste all over me, in which I threw up violently. And to this day, I do not like the smell of any form of mint. It makes my stomach turn. Yeah, and that's why. And you know, I didn't even know about that memory until like 5 years ago when I was thinking of that place. And now the memory is so clear, it blows my mind. I like free association a lot. Like if you can't think of something, just zone out into a TV or something and it'll trigger your subconscious because your subconscious scans and absorbs everything. And consciously trying to remember stuff without like triggering your subconscious could be a little difficult. And like free association, Jung, I can't remember. I just realized now. Wow. Jung has a lot. I, I, I like reading, you know, but I'm not gonna spend my whole life like philosophizing, whatever, everything. But I do like Carl Jung a lot. Like, I'm also not gonna sift all these minds trying to find the best one. Like, you know, um, grew up reading a lot of Nietzsche, of course, like every other person, but he just didn't do it for me. It just seems like someone who was letting like bullshit like be an overrider. And I found Jung, and like his stuff still rings so true. I don't read that much anymore, like like that. But free association is something I use daily, and there's something else that came from his mind. Well, like it does, you know, it doesn't come from his mind, but like sometimes someone has to put something in words, and that's where the greatness comes, is being able to put things in words, and words people can understand. Like Man in the Symbols was written for the reader. He only has a small part in it. I think it was his last, like, where is that? Pooh. But it's hard to find like minds that stayed untethered from like their surroundings because of how corrupt like everything is, and especially in like science and archaeology. Like archaeology is such a good example because it's the most stagnant science on planet Earth. Who cares if you gotta reprint a few books here and there? That would be a huge pain in the ass, but so I get it, but man, it's stagnant. And like I don't like when like, oh, this is the way it is, but we can't have anybody ever know that. It just drives me nuts. That's that separation of like the population is sheep or whatever. There's no other way for me to look at that. If like you're controlling some form of truth before it hits masses, then that's not truth. It's like just covert horseshit. And a lot of the sciences are like that, which makes it just like hard to want to even pay attention to it, because like I don't want to do mental gymnastics with people, let alone like what is what. I'd rather just observe my own minds rather than like all these misdirections, because it just feels like a waste of time. And like Freud always felt like a waste of time reading. I just felt like I was reading someone who wanted to like, I don't know. It just didn't do. The life is so freaking beautiful that I, the like course setting everything to death drives me nuts. And the only person I really know of in that realm is Carl Jung, that like just kept it free and easy, just kept it like, and I don't know like a lot of his work. I just know the stuff that hit my mind, and it's still in there, you know. And yeah, not so much these days. Yeah, I don't do the mental gymnastics anymore. You know, now I'll just stretch if I need to. Cause yeah, Yeah, no, the old toasters. I want to find a cord for it so bad. I know it'll work. My favorite thing, I think it made it, is that Morse code. It is a little learning thing. I used to know Morse code. My friend and I used to text it. Now I can only say beer. My timing is probably totally off now. I used to have a software, Learn Morse Code. It's a free software you could download on your desktop, and all my computers had that. My friend and I, though, we didn't play with Barbies. We played Russian Spy, and like my fondest memories is just trying to do cartwheels with axes in our hands. I don't know why. We also took the legs of a chair and made stakes out of them, and really brutalized a tree trying to learn how to throw knives and stuff like that. Which a lot of the flea markets here will have like ninja stars for like $1. And yeah, I have our pictures. I've showed them here and there. I gotta get my box of pic. Oh, I think I do have it. I gotta go through this. I'll do that on stream one day. I have a lot of pictures, but we used to take like, I guess like crime scene pictures. Like there's one I have a lawnmower on top of it. This is in 5th grade. We went to Catholic school. We were little goth kids in a Catholic school. Yeah, ham radio would be awesome to have. I think you need a thing for it, like a license or something. I have. Oh, where's my radio? Oh, where's my radio? Hold on, I gotta message the ex. Ooh, David Hyde. What's his name again? Oh yeah, like screen name. I wasn't being. Can you see if the international radio is in the dresser still? I'm trying to find that. The international radio. I got an international radio. It doesn't work. I need to bring it into a place. Tried to get a buddy to fix it, but really long antenna. Man, I remember the day I found it in someone else's stuff, and man, if I could get that working, it would be a treat and a half. Good international radio, you could get every corner of the planet. My friend did have a ham radio. He worked for FEMA, not my friend, a friend's brother worked for FEMA and had all kinds of these like walkie-talkies and radios. And during one of the hurricanes, he was using that. Hey, Harry's, you have a ham radio license right on. Rigs on how they, okay. Wow, man, Ron and Harry's, that's sick. Yeah, I would just, nuh-uh. Wait, do you think this works? It's only $40. Do you think that works? Finding a little handheld thing, because the license, that's just throwing $20 usually into the air. It's never... Really? You could just get one? I don't know how good these are. I thought they were like doo-doo expensive. I really want to find an EPIRB, but that's just because that's what reminded me of this. Yeah, if anybody has any recommendations, that would be really, really sick to have, especially in Florida, because, man, the power goes out a lot. One wins, power gone. Slowly prepping. I think I might go to my parents' house in a few. My dad's really depressed, but he won't leave the couch. It's driving me nuts. So I'm gonna find a guy that'll just pick him up, you know? Like, sometimes, like, okay, do you watch someone die, or do you just, like, hire someone to, like, physically remove them from their setting? You know what I mean? And I got the patience of a pistol shrimp, so I've been saying every single day, like, come here, and it's always tomorrow. Tomorrow this, tomorrow that. But I'm watching them wither away, and I try not to, you know, like, pressure anybody into anything, because I hate how that feels. But at this point, it's like, not applying pressure is just, like, not going well. And unfortunately, my dad's very stubborn, and, like, you know, if you try to get him out of his comfort zone, well, he just kindly tells you that he will fuck you up. So, it's not easy. It's not like a normal situation, I guess. I mean, it's pretty normal, I'll be real. And, just stubborn. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know how to get out of it. And, I'm, again, only child. I got 2 half-sisters, but one, 0 contacts, and the other is just, like, a little off-center. The bullseye was not quite in the center of that one. Just saying. Man, you could do so much in life without being mean, being a bitch. 'Cause, you know, I'm quiet and stuff. Real nice. I'm a secret shyster. It is powerful. I am talking a little louder today. Okay, got to take a test for it. That makes sense. Like drones. I don't know if there's a test for drones, but I know you have to register with the FAA, which is pretty neat. But I think I'm gonna try to ransack some edible stuff. I am starving, but didn't go to the store. So, pickles, yogurt, honey, and some that's perfect. It's just gotta be something. And uh and mixed nuts. Man, I had no real idea how impactful those are. I don't know why. I grew up eating mixed nuts a lot. My parents always have mixed nuts. But man, in the morning, have a big old shot of honey and some mixed nuts and fish oil. It's like I already feel so much better. I do have to get some fish oil. I get the bottle, not the capsules. I just take swigs of it. It does not taste like anything. It's just oily. It doesn't taste like anything. And it's in a green glass bottle. It's the best of the best. Fish oil. I always forget what it's called. Yeah, Carlson cod liver oil. I meant to say cod liver oil. This stuff. You will see me take swigs out of, well, I gotta get more, but I'm out. This stuff is incredible. Like, don't live without that. They'll put it on sale a lot. It is pretty pricey. Like 30, 40 bucks for a bottle, but you get so much more in the bottle than the capsules that it just ends up being really worth it. Yeah, 44 bucks for 1100 milligrams. I'm trying to see how many ounces it is. Well, 500 milliliters. So 16.9 ounces. So pound. Yeah, I gotta get this. I get the lemon flavor. Oh, wait. Bubblegum flavor. Boo. Fruit splash. Bubblegum flavor? That doesn't sound right. Bubblegum cod liver oil. I clicked it. It's for kids. As the like a little whale on it. It just took me. Anywho, I'm gonna eat and so I don't stab myself and try to figure out when I'm gonna go to my parents so I don't skip another day. It's been rough, man, and I can't get them off the couch, and I don't like pressuring people, so like saying tomorrow works on me, but then I go home like, God damn it, how do I do this? I'd kill for a sibling right now. I'd kill for a sibling that doesn't suck right now. Fucking hell. I don't understand why the people in my personal life don't get me one bit, but I'm not like a drama feeder or whatever. I don't like yelling into the air about stuff, and it's just really intense. So I hide my ass behind this desk and have a good day. But yeah, like I can't even like communicate with them. It's just like, I don't know, it's like soulless, mindless, which still love them, you know, family. Sure, I'll talk eventually, but you know, tis what tis. I appreciate it. My friend is into architectural salvage as well as construction, and it's his art medium. I can't get enough of it. It's my favorite thing to watch. Like, moved a statue onto a rock, and I was like, man, that's not gonna work. There's no way that's gonna work. Convinced it was not gonna work. It worked really well. I learned to not doubt and to trust the process, but every now and then that doubt creeps in. I'm like, man, that is not gonna go well, and it goes really well. Those are the little lessons in daily life that I love the heck out of, because I do not mind being put in any form of places, because your mind is gonna think what it thinks. You just have to be open to readjustments. And every day I hear like a tiny little grain that completely changes my way of thinking. It's that fluid. I used to tell people I change my mind more than I change clothes, because I do. And it's not stagnant. Ideas, thoughts, and opinions are not made out of poured concrete with like reinforced with rebar. It's fluid, like water. So on that note, people are in a different place when it comes to my let me read that. Let me get up here so I can see it. People are in a different place in their life when it comes with mental health. Some people it takes an entire lifetime to learn how to respect their loved one's space. Well, yeah, no, 100%. Change your mind more than you change. Yeah, yeah, pay. Yeah, fierce say. No, my friend's an artist with it. a plain room. And the next day, I was like, I really want him to do my parents' house, but my dad's too stubborn. Well, like, and I was like, man, I could do this in 2 seconds. And my dad's like, well, I'm gonna do this. Homie, you can't leave the couch. Like, his feet are pins and needles because he decided to run away from the hospital and walk back while he can't even make it to the refrigerator. I still don't know how he was able to make it back. It blows my mind. It's impressive, honestly. But it has caused a bunch of issues in his feet, and I can't get him off the couch to go in the pool or get him into the ocean. And man, it's draining me though. Like, I'd rather like have to carry someone up a hill over and over than like not even get to that part because just nothing is happening. And I get it, it's uncomfortable. And like my dad won't eat quiche because it's too feminine. And the real reason is because there's a book. This bitch wrote a book called Real Men Don't Eat Quiche. But it's a book about like how men will avoid things because they deem it too feminine or whatever. It's just the book title, I think, stuck with him, and he will not eat quiche. Quiche is an egg pie. Little things like that. It just drive me to tears. But yeah, exactly, Pierce. Thank you for that. Because I've been trying to break that through to him, and because I never really knew what the quiche book was about until then, and yeah, I called it omelet. Because in Basque cuisine, they have something really similar, but it's loaded with potatoes. It is killer. It's just an egg pie loaded with potatoes. Added with mushrooms is real good too. But you can put anything in it. I love eggs. Yeah, being open to Ivanovich. I actually have had my fair share for the last like gosh 10 years. I'll be totally honest. I was a complete alcoholic. I didn't go through a single day without having some form of, pretty much, I didn't go a single day without chugging a 4-pack in a back alley and thinking I was being very, very secretive. See, I have really bad social anxiety, not alone in a room talking to a camera, but in real life. And I try to get over that. And for years, I just used alcohol. It was very part of the culture here, very uh, you know, just everyone drinks, everyone meets at bars. It's just a part of the culture. I quit drinking like 6 years ago. I couldn't read my own handwriting. I really like crafting and stuff, and I was falling into a pit rather than like um, doing anything. Spinach, yeah. And it was really like social anxiety and liquid balls, I guess, but it just made me really sloppy. And then out of the time, like a bunch of resentment was bred, and it was really easy to like fall into that, and it just exacerbates everything that isn't 100% great. And it was no bueno. I think the last time I drank, I punched someone's lights out in their car. To be fair, they were treating me like shite, and they were lucky it wasn't their face. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not a violent person, but I'm very quiet, kept to myself, and like unfortunately, quite a few people have used that to their own advantage in my real life, and yeah. So I immediately finally quit after that. First, like, big one was, I mean, it was like 8 years ago or 10 years ago, maybe even more, when I moved to Colorado, and I woke back up in Florida. I didn't remember going on a plane, packing my bags, and nothing. My rabbit made it with me. I didn't forget my rabbit, but I had a pet rabbit at the time in a baby stroller. Yeah. See, born and raised in Southeast Florida, but I got the German and Irish admixture. My great grandpa was alcoholic. He was addicted to gambling, and that's how they lost everything. But he wasn't a bad guy or nothing like that. So that's probably why his drinking has never really caused any issue other than monetary. The sauce makes you superhuman. I also threw a TV once, and many sewing machines. Not at people. I was alone. You know. I used to skateboard back in the day, but I slammed my face on bricks. That's all that is. I still got to get my teeth fixed, to be totally honest. It's just not that that big of a deal. As long as I can eat meat, I'm good. And eventually I'll disappear into a cave anyway. So I yeah, smashed my face on bricks. I had braces still at the time. I tried to pretend it never happened, and I also broke my toe, and I pretend that never happened, and that's why one is unique. I also fell through a shack once, and a rusty nail went right through my foot, like right through. That sucked. I bet I had a tetanus shot, like, gosh, like months before or something, and it just sucked. It was so not. It wasn't a new nail. It was so rough. I almost left that shit. It was so painful. Ripped it out and ran down the street cackling. Yeah, the drag skeleton, I'm convinced a hobbies, something that you could keep your hands and mind. Like without fly tying, I'd be losing my mind at all times. And without like crafts in general, without something to recede into. And the best part about fly tying is like you could catch fish. And without like some form of like hobby that's absolutely your own that you could fall into whenever is really ideal. And that could just be doodling. Even just like coloring a whole page with a pencil just to hear that sound, it instantly like releases your mind from whatever it's hooked into. I'm an old lady. I gotta stop saying that because I think that's insensitive. I'll be 33 this year. I'm gaining age. I love it. Fish farming. Yeah, I'm starting to get back into planting. Um, my buddy's like an artist with that too. Does blues piano. Man, I wish I had the video on this phone so I could play it. Like, yeah, the people around here are really, really incredible people. Just sit on a floor pillow and listen or just observe, like making an outdoor area out of scraps, and it looks like $1,000,000. Like it's crazy. It's crazy to have vision, but it's also crazy to be able to to bring it into the world, like out of your own minds. Because that's a huge disconnect I have. Like, I could come up with a bunch of ideas, but how to assemble something is just, it's a whole nother thing. And a lot to learn out there. Yeah, I've been wanting to be in my 30s since I was a kid for some reason. That was always like my main goal. I just I really like how unlocked everything is, you know. You don't get treated any type of way. And allowed to use power tools in peace. Swear to God. Oh, you're gonna get hurt. It used to drive me nuts. Cause man, I've drummed through my fingers plenty of times. Guess what? Still here. Still kicking. Still using Dremels irresponsibly. But just once. Just once it got me good. Other times it just hit your side. But, you know, it's not like it could cut your finger off. Yeah, yeah. I like the idea of a lathe, but still waiting on that. A few people in my life is like, that's too dangerous. I'm like, I know it is. But man, imagine being able to make, oh, so much stuff. Like, yeah, legs and like banisters or what have you, but pens, you can use it on resin. It's just a very impactful piece of machinery, and it's so simple. It's just something that spins really fast. You just have to make sure those chisels are super sharp, or else, yeah, could see that getting real dangerous. But I saw one, it's on my mind because I seen one, a small one that I'm pretty interested in. And my friend was like, hell no. I was like, why? I can do it, I swear. But yeah, I really want to make the bodies. So I'm just going to get dowel rods and hands, sand them. I really want to make bodies though. And with the lathe, like you can imagine chiseling out like gills, all that like there's just a lot of stuff like that I think would be really, really fun. Yeah, lathe, man. So, like, you know, the popper, or like this. I really want to make it so there's channels going opposite, kind of like a honey thing that you dip honey in, and it fills in those layers, but opposite, like kind of forked, and that's just coming up with reasons why I need one. Honestly, it's like $80. It's as cheap as heck. It's small. It's like for jewelry, and I didn't even really think about small ones. And another thing I'm trying to get is a microwave kiln, but that's neither here nor there. Could make eyes a little easier with like glass, because the puddle's pretty round. But yeah, so the lathe will be for the bodies, but I'm probably just gonna hand carve the dowels. But I've been trying to make spoons. I'm waiting on more brass. This spoon is just too light. So I tried soldering onto it, but that didn't really work. So I've been waiting on brass. I might have been forgotten, which is totally fine. But here it is. For weight, I don't know how it's gonna move, because I think that was too much weight on one side. And The scales are just half moon. And this is just bucktail and stuff. But like learning to tie flies, however, there's a few things that I really want to know how to, especially the like big bodied stuff. Old school one is just piece of PVC pipe and like art pieces indeed. Where's the pooch? Oh, yeah, I lost her. I really found church for for my ex's dog. She's a senior dog. So yeah, he got the dog. My cat is still out there. I just such a odd space in between, but man, I couldn't die out there. I couldn't just rot out there. There was no income. There was no jobs. There was no materials. It was suburban swamp, and I didn't have a car. So I told him, like, man, if I don't figure something out here, like, I'm gonna have to go back, or else it's just gonna breed so much resentment. I can't get by. Like, can't plant any more plants, and keeping up with materials and mulch and having to make soil, no irrigation. There was like a lot of stuff that I felt like Sisyphus rolling the same, but that's fine. I don't mind rolling the same boulder up the same mountain every single day, but without income and being able to get anything, not being able to go to doctor, dentist, nothing. The well water, it was rotting me from the outside in, and you know, I was at the lowest I've ever been in my entire life, and that's when I got a fishing pole, and I was real honest. I'm a very upfront person, and I'm like, this is what I'll be focusing on. I can't live off of plants, can't sell them out here, and like my soul is just stretched beyond its limit, and you know, if you tell someone that and like they can't be like it's fine. We all have our own lives. That's fine. I don't want no resentment, enemies, or anything like that. I just want to getting on, however that says. And that's why when I say I'm dedicating my life to fishing, I still don't know what I'm doing. Never had more like soul satisfaction in my entire life, even not knowing what I'm doing. The fishing community is very welcoming, but also is very honest. Like, there's no sugarcoating, there's no mental gymnastics, there's no gatekeeping. It's just people finding new ways to catch fish, and that has saved my soul in every way possible. And yeah, that's why, you know, if it's fishing related, never hesitate, because that's, I'm not just saying it like as being made fun of pretty extensively, but it kind of struck my ego a little bit. Oh, I'm Jamie, and all I think about is fishing. I'll hear that for the rest of my life, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a 47-year-old man now, bitch. What? Just kidding. I didn't say that, but yeah, life is a little bit of a bitch, but you know, she can be nice. You just gotta stay true to yourself, treat others around you good, make sure you're eating, water, and those few things, and you're good. Music, it's when like people get entangled with each other, and there's like people like will see more so their image rather than like your physical being or what have you, and a lot of disappointment happens that way. That's why being open about everything has been kind of philosophy for a long time because, man, people will fall in love with their ideas of you rather than like you as a person, and then they're all disappointed, and it's like, man, you know, I'm that's why I really, really, yeah, Fear said that's why I really value real people. If I hear someone that doesn't have a filter, I'm sticking around because it's the the echo chambers, the circle jerks, not for me. I like most of the stuff I watch is would probably be considered the opposite, but that's what I like. Like for the last few months, I've been watching Raymond Thoughts and Minds, and man, I feel really bad for that dude because he's a skilled person. It's just like being skilled and jaded. I wish like people could see their skills through the jade. Like I know it's not the clearest stone, but you know what I mean? It's a little milky, but like yeah, it just sucks to hear. Like and that dude's not even bad looking, but it's just like you get stuck comparing yourself. It's not good. Like it really isn't. And it sucks to see. I see it, I see it in every like every direction, but man, I just don't understand all the like divisiveness, I guess, like and like and it's caused a really big issue. Like the male loneliness epidemic, how people always say, I don't know why people are making fun of that. That's very real. And it might not be real for everyone, but having like huge groups of people that have no prospects, and not prospects, but like they don't see it as attainable. And like when I say work their ass off, like these people work their ass off. Like they work their backs broken. And I'm not gonna sit around and hate on that. Even if people call me a pygmy or whatever the fuck. Like, A, streets are important. Sturdy buildings are also pretty dang important. Uh, I'll be real. Men are a lot better looking than women. Just kidding. You know, I'm straight, so whatever. But their hands and are like machines. They're human machines. I never understood all that, and it's getting to a point that I feel like I don't know, people have to start saying the opposite shit out loud because I'm like I don't know, the soullessness, and it's like it's so not justified, but people have it justified, and like again, finding new ways, new fancy ways to hate and use people, and unfortunately, men usually get the short end of that stick. And I see it all the time, like even just something as small as like going out and like scamming dudes into drinks. And I'm sure it goes both ways, but I don't know. It's just really uncomfortable. And like to be laughed at, I don't get it. And if females, I don't know if this is working still. Here, I gotta put that on Do Not Disturb. Okay. Yeah, and if females say anything, like they're labeled like pygmy. I know it's pick me, but the first thing I heard was pygmy, I was mad confused. Like, are you calling someone a pygmy? Like, is that insensitive to pygmies? But yeah, but like the cultures here, they're the like modern cultures, I mean, it's very like it's just hollow. That's why I wish people like didn't care so much, because it's hollow. It doesn't even exist. It just because it's the loudest and it's clogging everything, it doesn't mean it exists. And oh, ooh, it's a loose. Yeah, no, the European temperament. I wish I knew more about that, because man, people treat each other like they're disposable here. I see it all the time. Like I see it all the time. And like if you see somebody as disposable, why are you gonna build with them? Why are you gonna like raise a family or all that if you already view them as disposable? And it's wild. I mean, it's the same. I mean, I don't like when, you know, like there's just there's just a lot. Because now you got a bunch of like really angry people, and then like the other side of that is like, you know, women are all all whores. That's not nice either. God dang. There is no win-win, but you know, there's just I think it as long as people are open about what they actually think and want, and like even down to, man, I keep getting flooded with this like idea, and it's like, man, I don't know how to put it into words without sounding one way or another, but it's just hard to see is all. Um, I and like when people do like get together, there's a huge problem of like people pleasing, I guess, telling somebody what they want to hear, but man, you're not gonna want to live up to something that's not like true anyway, because that falls apart every time. You have to, I mean, even a paper mask is going to feel like it weighs 50 tons if you have to keep holding it up. And yeah, yeah, did, please excuse me for butchering your name. Dinovic. Exactly. Nobody's disposable. We're all humans and we're all worth something. Not interested in you, but but I see you as a person who should be treated with respect. And that's it. I long for the days where like, you know, could have big old barbecues and everyone's just hanging out. Danny? Oh, right on. Right on. France, man. Every time I can't, the Mediterranean, I just can't imagine. But before I carry on this rant, I definitely probably should eat, because I know my mind is going into the more pittier parts, because yeah. And then you see like good people just completely without hope. It sucks. And like knowing that the whole birth rate here is collapsing. In a lot of places it is. In a lot of places. I mean, I think I don't think it's like I think something new was given to humanity and filtering through it, and then it'll settle back to some form of human normalcy, as in like procreation or what have you. Because I know my generation is I don't know, I don't really know what to say. I don't know many millennials in person. I think most people I know are either in Gen X or boomers. And cause yeah, just I don't know. I don't judge or nothing, but I don't like sitting on a couch watching like 2-hour episodes that cost $2 million to produce. Croatia right on. Good time to start a 24-hour fast. I've been eating a lot better. Not a lot of filler stuff, because having access to stores is real important, man. Like I remember running out of then you just have whatever filler that lasts weeks until the next time you go to the store. Which I wouldn't change that experience for the world. That learned a lot. I always dreamed of living off grid, but I'll be real. You know, I don't have a big family. I don't know very many communities. I know I couldn't do it with my own 2 hands. And so the off-grid dream for me personally is, I mean, dead. Off-grid to me now would be a boat. It would be a boat and a shack, like a shitty apartment and a boat. And the apartment is just to like keep up with human, like place to sleep if need be and that kind of stuff. But I've been doing a lot of research on boats, and nothing extensive. I'm talking like a Boston whaler. I'm talking small. I'm talking simple. And I that's I studied like growing plants my whole life just as out of hobby, and I really do like growing plants. I could grow just about anything for free, but it just consumes too much time, energy. Besides the permaculture, that's something I'll engage with for the rest of my life, but anything more than that, like I'd rather use my body to get fish, nutrient rich, clean food. And it's been really hot. Yeah. I've been looking for an aluminum canoe. I keep missing them on OfferUp. A Danish Bianca. Let me look up that. Trying to get my dad's boat going. It's a 21-foot aqua sport, but it's perfect. Is it a cabin cruiser? Is that it? Is it a sailboat? Like this? Oh man, that is sick. I've been really trying to gain the balls to hitch a ride on a sailboat. There's a lot of Facebook groups that you essentially just post where you want to go, and anybody in a vessel passing will pick you up and you just help out. And what a good way to learn. Sailing classes are super expensive. I got a few sailing clubs locally, but that is intense. That's really cool. I have just a few books on sailing, and the tension and the knots, and it just, man, it's another one of those things you'll never be bored and your mind's always working. Can't imagine. And it's so limitless. This could quite literally sail the 7 seas. Sailed on top ships. What is it? What is a top ship? Are those like pirate boats essentially? Man, that's sick. I never realized that those were called ships. Man, right on. Whoops, I accidentally liked my own video. But, shite, man. I cannot imagine. Yeah, I cannot wait to be out and just to be engulfed by blue or by darkness. I cannot wait. Haven't gone out too far. You could really only, like, you could see land still, but that nose is a honker. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I mean, oh, I forgot how to make a ship sound. Anyway. Yeah, hey, confused goldfish. Yeah, I'll be back on later. I'm gonna tie more shrimps. Oh, shoot. Yeah, didn't fly away. They usually fly away. Nice. Yep. Yeah, nothing cures resin like the sun. Too bad I waited too long. So, but there's the shrimp. I just tied this for a friend for a quick little shrimp. They could party at the pier now. But I still gotta work on getting a wider body and just better shape. More shrimp shape. This is just kind of tinkering. I like the gator back a lot. But anywho, on that note, I better call my mom back before she panics and head over there. Try to get my dad here. But yeah, it's hard to get anything done with two parents panicking because you know, sometimes you just gotta like force yourself to silence your own mind so you could pick up the pieces. And yeah, it's really difficult. My mom worries like no one I've ever met in my entire life, and it's debilitating to her. And yeah, so trying to get my dad here and finally try to plan something. But anywho, love y'all. I'll see y'all probably later. And yeah, Facebook, Instagram, ain't no thing. Sometimes it takes me a while to respond because I am kind of tinkering and poking stuff all day. But and at my parents' house, usually during the day. But yeah. Anyway, happy trails, y'all. I do sabiki. The little streamers are immaculate for sabiki. I only fished one of my sabikis thus far, and it was pretty dang instant. I didn't hook the fish, so I was too excited, and it was only there for like 2 seconds. But man, now it's bugging me, the carapace. I'm glad I went with the green though. That looks sweet. But anyway, yeah, sabiki is one of my favorites. Anywho, happy trails, y'all. I'll see y'all very soon. If there's any patterns or anything, I rarely know what I'm doing, so any form of direction helps like an insane amount. Like, ain't no thing at all. But happy trails, y'all.